Hi, my name is Dark. I am a heavy pop artist who makes music for fans of Sleep Token, The Weeknd, Bad Omens, and Artemis. And I also run a creative business called No Light Productions. And I've been making content for like 5, 6 fucking years now, and have been running a video business for about 2, while also promoting my music for the entire duration of that time, and of course before. This is the first episode of The Objective, which is going to be a series where I just sort of raw, unfiltered thought dump um, the journey and the mission of trying to figure out how to have all my creative friends achieve their dreams through the power of like video marketing. So through this show, I'm hoping that I share with you all of the wins, the failures, the things that I'm learning, the things that I need to work on in terms of actually like building a business and building a creative career, both as a musician and as an entrepreneur. And my hope is that those of you watching this can actually take away something from this and use the information here to actually like improve your life and improve your content, improve your marketing. And like I'm just really tired of all the like mysticism that surrounds like music marketing. And I feel like there's a lot of really great marketers out there that talk about just like marketing in general, but there's very few people that are doing it for like music creators and like just creatives in general. I mean, I know there's like some of the big guys like, Jesse Cannon and oh my God, Andrew Southworth. Yes, goodness gracious. And like there's a lot of guys that are doing good work out there also trying to help people. But I want to be part of the good fight because I think I've seen too many people be discouraged from modern music marketing. I've seen too many people who are like creatives that am friends with and that I work with out here that are all like it's like everyone is just struggling in some capacity, and not like it's not like we're that down bad, but it's like everybody wants to get to the next level somehow, and a lot of people seem to feel discouraged by the way things are right now. So anyway, this series is going to be very unfiltered, and my phone's already overheating, which is just a hilarious start to this video. I had to stop the take because it's all supposed to be in one take, but that's fine. We'll work with it. So anyway, yeah. So I want to help my creative friends actually like have the careers that they want. And all of this started because so I basically decided to start a video production company because I got tired of seeing all my friends being discouraged by just having to do content, not understanding marketing, not seeing a reasonable path forward for what they wanted to do. And to me, like content and like marketing just seemed like the next step because we had all my homies and I had just spent all this fucking time trying to get good at music, and I'd like to think that we got pretty fucking good at music. I mean, obviously there's always a next level, but I feel pretty confident in saying that like most of my homies are like fucking badass at what they do, and I like to think I'm pretty decent at what I do too. And I just want to see us all win. And so one of the things I'm thinking about a lot this week, and I apologize if my phone fucking dies again. I might have to not do these with the Blackmagic app going forward if my phone's gonna overheat like this. But yeah, like this week, I think the thing that I was thinking about. Let me pull up my notes here, where I literally had it. Where was it? There it is. These are my show notes. We're off to a great start. I'm so prepared for my first YouTube episode. Um, yeah, so here's the first thing I was thinking. Content is fucking hard. I'm just right out the gate. Like, I'm assuming you're watching this video because you either know me or like you are curious about marketing and content or like what I'm doing in the content and marketing space. And like content's fucking hard, right? So for the past like 5 years, I've been trying to go a lot harder on content, especially a lot in the last 2 since starting a media agency. And content is it's hard. It's going to be hard. There's no easy way to do it. I mean, like there is, but like there's always going to be something hard about it, even if you're doing it the like easy way. And that's just something that you have to accept that if you're going to go approach this, and you have to ask yourself like before you even attempt to like do content for real, like you need to ask yourself if like the misery that you are experiencing is worth sustaining with the way your life is currently set up versus taking the fucking risk and doing a different hard thing, but at least having some potential to get to like the life that you want. And for me, like, and a lot of my friends who know me I'm very much the type that's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like go after it, even though it sucks dick. And like, if I have to suffer for a little while, then okay, like I've just accepted that that's part of the process. The reason content is hard is because like I mean, I remember trying to get into content creation when I was like 12, and it was just a different game back then. And I mean, not that I ever like succeeded at content then. But, you know, the idea of having like full media teams all the time and like people following you around with cameras and like everybody sort of doing this like really high volume marketing, like that wasn't really a thing when I was like 12, 13. It was like social media was just so different then. And now it's kind of become this full blown game, which I'm not surprised by. But um, yeah, like if you're gonna do this thing, it's gonna be hard. And even if you just do like direct to iPhone and you're just like talking to the camera, right? That's like you still have to make the time to do it. It's still going to be inconvenient in some ways. And you can find ways to make it more convenient for you, like that, you can have systems and shit. But um you have to accept that there's never going to be a perfect time to get started and there's never going to be a perfect way to do it. It's it's always going to be like either you're tired or you're like not in the mood or you're worried about something else or something is always going to be going on and you have to learn how to have fun with the process, otherwise it's just going to be miserable. And I'm assuming that you're also watching this because you do want to go after a creative career, you do want to go after this shit. um, and for those of you that don't know a little context, so I've been full time as a video business owner for the past couple of years. The first year was doing a lot of like freelancing and kind of getting my feet wet. And this year, Nova and I launched a new offer um, to kind of start building out the business a little bit more. We also do some commercial work with an agency called Vera Marketing. And so I haven't had a job in like 2 years. And all I've been doing is fucking video and fucking making music. And I just had one of my songs cross like 100,000 streams this year, which I know isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things, but like it was a pretty big milestone for me, so that was cool. And to be able to say that I'm full time on video is fucking awesome. But yeah, it's gonna be, so back to the point. It's gonna be fucking hard, right? Like there is no way to avoid it. And what that means is like recording a video in the 15 minutes on your lunch break. What that means is having to pay somebody to do something else for you so you can go make more content. What that means is maybe hiring people to help you make the content. What that means is saying no to the things that you want to do. I cannot express how many fucking times I've said no to like a hang or a party or a thing that I really, 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 really wanted to fucking go to, but I couldn't because I knew that I had to keep going on this content shit. And obviously you got to walk the line, right? You got to know when to say yes and when to say no, and like it's okay to let loose sometimes. But the unfortunate reality is, especially if you don't have the money to hire a team right away, you and you're bootstrapping the shit, then like you're gonna have to accept that sometimes it means saying no and disappointing some people, and it's hard. It also means putting up with like judgment from people that you know. Not in all cases, like, but sometimes people will judge you that you know, and also people who you don't know will definitely judge you. That's just a guarantee. Um, and what else is hard about making content? Spending money to not really make a lot of return on it in the beginning because like the ROI is attention, not cash. That's another thing that I see a lot of people getting wrong is like you can convert that attention into cash, but people who don't even have an offer set up are just trying to go straight to how do I make cash? And I don't even have like a thing really. And I'm like, hold on, time out. Can you get attention first? Can you do that shit first? Then can you try to monetize it? Because like if you can't get attention, like it's gonna be a lot harder. Um, Another thing that's hard is like people are kind of throwing like all these like there's this one trick or like this is the thing that'll make you fucking huge, and the reality is like even though I use that in my hook sometimes of like most artists are making this one simple mistake or whatever, like there is no one way to do this. Like your content is an art form, and you as the creator, um, you get to decide how that goes. And right now we're actually in a really interesting landscape where things are kind of moving a bit more towards like raw, authentic, like direct to camera type of stuff. Less polished. I know I'm literally sitting here using a fucking LUT on Blackmagic because I'm a fucking nerd, but honestly, like I'm not afraid to do these videos just on the standard iPhone cam either. Um, and you shouldn't be either. Like I think as AI gets a little bit more advanced and continues to sort of flood the scene, like people are going to crave more like human connection and like personality and perspective. And you as the creative are going to want to do a good job of showcasing like who you are as the person, not just as the work that you make. Um, and that was true of the previous version or the previous era of social media, and it's just getting exacerbated now, and I think that's a good thing. I actually don't think it's a bad thing. But yeah, content is hard. Um, and so I talk to creatives every single week, whether it's like working with people through Vera or working with like my own clients. And the number one thing that I see is people just feel stressed about time and like knowing even what or how to do things. And a lot of the biggest hurdles are mostly mental. Like it's mostly just like either you think you suck, you think other people are gonna think you suck, you think you shouldn't have to do as much work as it actually takes, um, or you think that there's like an external force that is preventing you from having the success that you want. And all of these are like not good things, because this one is false. The external force thing, you're in control. If you think you suck, well, stop. If your friends think you suck, then well, fuck them. I mean, like, you know, you don't have to like cut people off necessarily, but like, why do you give a fuck? Like, and I know that's easier said than done as somebody who's like a recovered people pleaser. Like, just you have to let go of all the anxiety surrounding like the things that you want, and you just have to get in the dirt. Like, get dirty, get your hands dirty, make a video, make a shitty video, put it out, and then do that 100 times, and then eventually you're gonna be like, oh, I get it. Like, if you get to the end of your 100th video and you don't realize that the whole point is the process of just getting better and doing it better each time, then like do 100 more until it like really fucking sinks in. Because just like with your art, right? Like, let's say you're a songwriter and an artist like I am. You know, the first song you ever wrote probably wasn't great. I mean, and maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe you're some fucking freak of nature. But my first song was not great. My first song sucked, and so did my second song, and so did my 10th song, and so did my 15th, 30th song, whatever. Right? We didn't stop writing. So like, why should you stop promoting yourself? Like, why are the first 3 times where people stop? Like, why are you stopping after the 10th, the 100th? Like, this is a lifelong game. Making your art is a lifelong game because you love it, and promoting your art is also a lifelong game, and you should learn to love that in some capacity too. Because the art of marketing is the art of getting and holding attention and then getting somebody to take a desired action. Um, and when you treat your marketing like an art form, it gets a lot more fun. But the kicker here is another thing that's hard about content, and that I talk to a lot of people about, is like there's this desire for this like perfectionism in your marketing. Like, you have to be like, you know, super fucking fancy or like unpolished, or I mean, or polished, or you have to do like a brand photo shoot. And it's like, dog, you haven't even posted a video. Like, why are you doing a fucking brand photo shoot right now? Like, you don't even know what your brand is. Like, you know what I mean? And like, your brand is like the brand that you've probably thought of is like, you know, some moody low light photo shoot, and you're wearing like a leather jacket. And I'm talking to like 18-year-old me right now when I say this shit, but I know it's also relevant to other people who feel this way, because it's like, dog, that leather jacket's gonna go. You're gonna change the way you feel and you look, and the amount of time you spent obsessing over what it should look and feel like um, didn't get you any closer to figuring out what you actually wanted to do, because to do that, you had to get in there and make shit, and you had to put shit out. You will learn more from your first 100 fucking pieces of content than you will ever from just sitting there and thinking about it. And I talk to fucking creatives every single week who are like, well, I need this, and I need this camera, and I need this light, and I need this cinematographer, and I need this, all this shit. And I'm like, no, you fucking don't. And like, don't get me wrong, all of those things are great. I have a lot of that shit, right? Like, I have the gear, and I spent shitloads of money on it, and fucking all of this stuff. But that's not like, that is not the point. It is just a tool. Like, these are just tools of the trade. Your songs were not defined by the gear that you recorded it into. It was defined by the idea. Or if you're a photographer, like, you know, your camera didn't make or break the photo. If you're really good at what you do, I could hand you a fucking Nokia and you'd take a badass photo, which it actually looks kind of dope when people do those like retro shoots. But anyway, and if you're a marketer, like, you know, you could be given like, if the product is great, and you could be given shit materials to work with and figure it the fuck out, right? Like, that's just the game. It will never be perfect. It will never be easy. That's the point. because the fact that it's hard is what pushes you to actually get better. And I have a whole bunch of other notes that I wrote down, but like I'm kind of harping on this one because I've just had so many conversations this week, like consultations and meetings and sales calls, and where I'm asking people like what the problem is and like what they need help with, and it's like the same 4 or 5 things, and all of it kind of boils down to the fact that it literally, if I could boil it down, it's like, this is hard and I don't like that this is hard, and it's like, yeah, yeah, it's going to be. Even if you hire help, it's still going to be hard, and you have to accept that. It's just going to, be a little less hard. It's going to suck a little less. So, yeah. Um, but that's the first thing. First thing I want to get out of the way as part of the objective, the mission to help all people live their dreams through the power of video, and build my own music brand as large as I can while I can as well. If it feels like it's a bitch, you're on the right track, probably. Um, I have never had any success in anything that I've done where there wasn't a period of just ouch beforehand. Um, the song that I had that had 100,000 streams, right before I jumped on the release cycle, to promote that song, I got laid off a week after my birthday. Like, I got laid off, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm still committing to this release cycle, and I have negative money. And I'm starting a business. Like, the most unideal situation. Like, I could have reasonably been like, you know what, I'm canceling all this releases, I'm canceling the ads, I'm canceling whatever. Like, nobody would have blamed me, right? Nobody would have been like, oh, why'd you give up? Like, would have been like, yeah, dude, fuck, go get a job, right? Like, I think that would have been the smart advice, but my dumbass took a credit card and was like, all right, let's figure this out. And it was fucking months of just ouch, nonstop ouchies in mi corazón. Like, it was painful. I'm so glad I met Nova along the way through that process. I would have fucking lost my mind. And she's been such a help. Um, the hardest part about the game sometimes is when you get punched in the face and you have to just keep going down the same route. Like, naturally, when you get punched in the face, you want to start making changes. And by punch in the face, when I mean like life throws you something like a layoff, like a problem, like a breakup, like a whatever, right? Um, you just have to keep going. Like, it is the only solution. Because when people come to me and they're like, what do I do? I'm like, well, you need to keep going. That's the first one, because a lot of y'all are thinking about quitting. And you will literally never get where you want to go if you stop walking down the path. It's like, dude, like when I started this shit, like I literally quit nicotine, got out of a relationship, and got laid off in the same fucking 3-month span. And I was just like, ouch. Like, I was miserable. Like, it was fucking awful. Like, and I don't recommend quitting a drug right before you get dumped. That's hard. But all that aside, that's a different story for another day. You literally have no choice but to keep fucking going. And if you keep going, there is a fucking light at the end of the tunnel if you just commit to making it happen. Like, I was teetering on the decision of just like leaving LA and like hanging it up for a little while. And I didn't. And then right after that, I was like, oh, stuff is happening now. And like 2 years from that moment, like I'm living a life that I fucking love. And I'm dating somebody that I adore. And like, I am just happy. I mean, it's hard, but like, my life feels meaningful when it didn't then. And a lot of you are struggling with that sense of meaning and that purpose, and you think you suck. But it's like, you don't understand, like, everyone sucks. Everyone is trying to figure out problems. Like, everyone is like struggling with different things or going through some shit. You literally just have to keep fucking getting after it. And the discipline that you're avoiding actually creates the freedom you desire. So that was my next note, my little notes. A lot of you also are, you are looking for the end. Like, you are looking to, you're like, you'll come to me or like to others and be like, okay, like how many times should I do this? Like, when can I stop? Like, you haven't started, but you're asking when you can stop after you've started. And I had a conversation with my good friend, Adrian Minot, who is a senior marketing guy over at United Masters. He's done amazing things. It's like a Billboard #1 with Floyd Menor, and one of my best friends. We met at Berkeley. We were first year roommates. I actually had a conversation with him a few weeks ago, and he goes, "So like, how are things going with like your music?" And I was like, "Oh well, I haven't promoted stuff in a while because I've been focused on the business. Like, I decided to take a temporary break to, really just focus on helping people for a little bit, and also build up some cash to get ready for the next releases." And he goes, "Well, why aren't you promoting your old releases?" And I was like, "Oh well, like so just taking a break." And he goes, "Well, why aren't you promoting Ocean? Why aren't you promoting your old releases?" And it reset my expectations because I was like, "Oh, even though it's been a year since that release, I should still be doing the same thing." And so, the thing that reset was like, "Oh, you don't stop. There's always something to promote. There's always something to tell somebody about." Because in marketing, like the other thing is, no one knows who you fucking are, and there are very few people who ever get to the point of being like relatively known by everybody. Um, and even the biggest of companies and brands and artists still promote themselves like fucking crazy. So you should too. Um, ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so this is my last note that I'll rant on for. I dropped something. I'm gonna leave it. This is wild. I can't believe I'm committing to this. No, I'm happy actually. This is really fun. I've always wanted to do YouTube. So, from what I can tell, uh, being an artist is not any different from being a business owner. The reason labels profit off of you is because you lack the business skills that they have, and that's kind of it. Now, I've never worked for a label. I have talked with people who've been signed. I have not been on the inside myself personally, but from what I understand, um, there doesn't seem to be anything different about the life. Because like here's the thing, like I am an artist and I am also an entrepreneur. Like I own a business and I make music, and that music sometimes generates a little bit of cash. It's not a lot, but like I wouldn't say it's cash flow positive, but something. And it is a business. Like if you want to live your artistry full time, it is a fucking business. So you need to get some business fucking skills and like a little bit of the entrepreneurial spirit, and that's okay. Like um let go of this like mentality that like money is bad and like people don't care about the art, and like the world is this like insane thing that's like geared like just against you. It's like it's not. Yes, the world is a fucked up place. Money is a thing and people need it to survive, and like if you want to live your life as a musician like full time and just make art, it's like, well, what has to be true in order for that to happen? It's like we need to have fucking money to support that. It's like, yeah, you can get investment like from a label or from other people or from other things that you do. Like you start another business or from the music itself. And before you complain to me about Spotify streams, like I mean the other things around music, because from my observation, every artist that I look up to has another business. Like every artist that I've seen at the echelon that I want to go to is like they have not just brand deals, but they like own a business, or they have something else that they do where they sell a product or a service or something, or at least their name is tied to it. And for a while I was like, why? What's the point? And I was like, oh, I bet you money that buys them the freedom to do whatever they want with their music. And I mean, I'm not in their fucking financials, so I could be wrong, but what I can say is that like it just makes sense. It's like if you had a business that because of your name was generating a shitload of money to the point of where you didn't have to tour or have to sell merch or have to rely on Spotify streaming payouts, which why would you rely on that if you're, not a major artist, because there's not a lot of money. It's like if you want something that supports you, then like you got to have something that supports you. And if you can do that, you can theoretically build a business that funds your entire fucking life that you don't have to touch, that allows you to focus on your music full time in whatever way that you want it. Now that's obviously easier said than done, but like there's plenty of entrepreneurs who literally get in the game, they build something awesome, and then they build a business that takes care of all the people in it and leaves them with enough cash so that they literally do not have to work unless they choose to. So to me, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. You build up the artistry, you get the attention first, and then you turn that into a thing that like you can monetize later. And you move into other ventures that are more profitable in some capacities using the attention that you get or the skills that you have. And then you build yourself a foundation that allows you to like actually just live however the fuck you want. And I don't know if that means you're like super rich and on yachts or anything, but you know, maybe your bills are paid and you can do whatever you want for a fucking month and nothing happens. Like you could just fuck off and like you wouldn't be broke or your rent would be paid. So yeah, um, content is hard. It's gonna feel like a bitch. Um, your results will change when you change. The hardest part is that you just have to keep going. And the discipline that you're avoiding creates the freedom you desire. So build a business that feeds you for your life. Like your creativity is your business. And if you decide that that's not for you and you just want to do art like kind of on your own terms for the hell of it, that's cool too. I don't think you're any less than for doing that. I think that's great. Um, just get clear on like what you want. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That is those are my thoughts for episode 1 of the objective. And yeah. I'm gonna be doing these every single week, and again, the goal is to document the journey, the lessons learned, the failures, the everything, and in hopes that it helps you find the success that you want. And like, I'm still trying to, head towards my success too. I don't know everything yet, but I'm just gonna document everything that I do here, so that other people can take the lessons. Um, because there's just been so many moments where I've wished that like I just had something to go to where it was like somebody's living this shit with me. And so I'm gonna be that person. But anyway, peace out, y'all.